this video we will be changing the drum bearings, and possibly the spider on the Candy washing machine model CNE 89T, which is a popular choice for many households, and let's see what happened to it. Let's spin the drum. It wobbles, lives its own life. Those who talk about a breakdown are most likely the crosspiece and bearings. We will take it apart and see what happened. First of all, we use a hex socket to unscrew the two bolts that hold the top cover. Now we slide the cover away from us and it comes off easily. Now let's take out the detergent drawer. We easily pull it out and we press the lock in the center to remove it. Now let's unscrew the bolts that hold the front control panel. They are located on the left and right. And carefully unfasten the front panel. Now, let's disconnect the detergent, feed, lever. Next, we remove the spring from this corner and unhook the plastic tab from the lever. Now, we take apart the mode switch handle. We press it in, slightly pinch the clips, and it comes out. To begin the process, we carefully unscrew the central mounting bolt, which is a crucial step in disassembling the component. Once the central bolt is removed, we proceed to take out all the other parts that are connected or associated with it. This includes any washers, spacers, or additional fasteners that might be present. After ensuring that everything else has been removed, we The bolts here are big with large heads. Now we carefully and gently take out the switch and safely disconnect it from the right hand side connector on the satellites, and securely. Here it is removed, and we disconnect the contacts from the control board. To begin, we carefully unscrew the board, ensuring that each screw is removed gently to avoid any damage. Once all the screws are out, we proceed to disconnect every single. And we disconnect all the connectors from the control buttons. Now we disconnect the jump receiver from its connector. And we disconnect it from the casing. Using a 13mm wrench, we unscrew the upper counterweight. And we disconnect the powder belts. We unscrew back cover. Now we remove the drive belt. We disconnect all the power connectors for the heating element and the temperature sensor. and with a 10mm socket, we unscrew the 2 bolts for the motor mounting. And we pull the motor out towards us. Here it has this appearance. And we disconnect the water drain hose from the tank. We unscrew the clamp from the dirt outlet. Now we remove the retaining ring. Now, we remove the retaining ring. Rubber part. There's a plastic locking piece down here that needs to be unclipped. And after that, everything will come off. We pull hard, and there it comes out. There's a locking piece here. We insert the rubber part inside. In this step, we are going to very carefully and cautiously lift the heavy drum upwards. This is an important part of the process, so we must ensure that we do it with precision and care. Once we have successfully lifted the drum, we will then proceed to the next step, which involves disconnecting the front counterweight. This counterweight is crucial for balance, and removing it requires attention to detail to ensure everything is done correctly and safely. We carefully set it aside. Now we need to disassemble the drum. As we can see, the drum is not glued, which makes the job much easier. Using an 8mm socket, we unscrew all the bolts around the perimeter of the drum. And we can take the drum apart into 2 pieces. The drum itself is wobbling in the drum, so let's see how it comes out. It comes out easily. Here you can see that everything is broken. And the cross needs to be replaced. Now we need to unscrew this nut that secures the drum pulley to the cross shaft. To do this, I'll use this wooden handle to lock the pulley in place and start unscrewing the shaft nut. It's very tight. It hasn't seized, but it's coming off. The nut looks like this, and the thread here is right-handed. We take a wooden spacer, and using a hammer, we start to knock the shaft out of the pulley. Now, using this small bearing puller, I'm going to remove the pulley from the drum shaft. It hasn't seized. That's why it's not so easy to take off. The situation is quite constrained and limited, as you can see. This is the point where it has been removed. The space or opportunity available is very restricted, leaving little room for maneuvering or flexibility. In this particular instance, the item or subject in question has been presented to you. It has been removed, indicating that it is no longer present in its previous location. The pulley is still in good condition and doesn't need to be replaced. Now, we need to lubricate the contact between the bearing and the pulley using a WD-40 equivalent. It's been 10 minutes. I'm going to use this wooden spacer. We'll place it on the shaft, and with a hammer, we'll gently tap it out. Here's the shaft that has come out, and you can see the remnants of the cross. Here's the bronze bushing, which usually wears out. Let's take a look at its condition. Its condition is still satisfactory, and water didn't get in here, so the problem was with the stiffness of the cross pieces. As we can see, the bearings are not yet worn out or have much play. We just need to replace this seal and reapply the sealant. On the drum, we need to remove the rivets that hold the remnants of the cross and replace the cross with bolts. Now, in these remaining holes, we will attach special rivets or stainless steel bolts. Now we just need to replace the cross and the bearing seal. special rivets, stainless steel bolts will be attached to these remaining holes. Now all that remains is to replace the crosspiece and bearing seal, and you can reassemble everything in reverse order. You've watched the video on how to disassemble and remove the drum of the Candy CNE 89T washing machine, but the principle of removal is the same everywhere. Leave your comments and feedback, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, stay with us, and goodbye everyone.